Hello, so for this lesson we are going to be converting customary lengths. The units that we are going to be using are foot, yard, and inches. Okay, we're going to be using feet, yards, and inches. Here I have a conversion already made for you. We're going to be using that throughout the video. Okay, for the first example and to show you how this works, I'm going to do 4 yards into feet. There are two main ways that we can do this. One is by drawing the models, and then another one is by just using multiplication. For the first one, for the model one, we are going to use 4 yards, and we are going to make them to be feet. Okay, so we are going to be using yards to feet. To use yards to feet, we are going to use this one right here, yards to feet. And this one we're going to solve it by doing a model. This one is not the easiest, it's not the fastest way, but it's just one way that you can visually see what you are doing. Okay, so we're going to create a model right here, doing 4 yards. I'm going to divide it in 4 equal parts because I have 4 yards. So this one is going to be the yard, another yard, another yard, and another yard. Okay, I have 4 yards. And then I have that each of those yards, as I have right here, 1 yard, it's equal to 3 feet. So now I need to divide each of those yards into 3 feet. This one is going to be feet, 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 and I will do the same for all of them. Okay, this is divided into 3 because 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So then, now to find the answer to these, we're going to say 4 yards. 4 yards is equal to, and then we are going to count each of these. Use a different color so you guys can see. We're going to count each of these, and the total it's going to be what we have in feet. Okay, it is a total of 12 feet. So that means 4 yards are equivalent to 12 feet. Now, as we were doing the exercise, the conversion, using a model, now we are going to use the multiplication to convert. Okay, for this one we are going to use 5 feet, and we are going to convert it to inches. This one is a different conversion. Now we are using the first one. Foot, 1 foot, it's equivalent to 12 inches. Okay, 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. Okay, so having that in mind, that 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches, I'm gonna just go ahead and rewrite it right here. 1 foot, it's equivalent to 12 inches. Then in the problem right here, I have 5 feet, not only 1. So that means that I will need to multiply the number of feet that I have by the total of inches that are in 1 foot. Okay, this works just simply like that. I have 5 feet, and each of those will have 12. So that means 5 times 12, that is equal to 60. That means that there are in 5 feet, there are 60 inches. Okay, now we are going to be converting these different units right here. We're going to be using yards, feet, and we're going to convert it into inches. Okay, again, I have right here the information that we need right here. We're going to be using those conversions to answer all of these conversions into inches. Okay, for the first one, 2 yards into inches, I need to make sure that I'm using exactly the ones that I need. In this case, it's yard to inches. I cannot use anything else, just yard to inches. And this one works just perfectly for that. So 1 yard, it's equivalent to 36 inches. In this case, I have 2 yards. So that means I have to multiply 2 times 36. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. 36 times 2. 6 times 2, that's 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 3, that is 6, plus 1, that is 7. So my answer is 2 yards. It's equal to 72 inches. I will just go ahead and do the same for all of them. I erase my work so I can have more space. Now we're gonna do 10 yards into inches. Again, I'm using yards to inches, which is this last one right here. I have 10 yards to work with. Each of those has 36 inches. So I need to multiply 36 times 10. You can just go ahead and add a 0 to the 36 if you know that trick. If not, just go ahead and multiply 36 times 10. This one is going to be 0, 0, 6 times 1, that's 6, and then 3 times 1, that's 3. And you just carry down the numbers. That makes 360 inches. So 10 yards, it's equivalent to 360 inches. Now let's go ahead and do the 13 feet. I'm erasing my work again so I can have more space to work out. But usually you have to leave your work so you can show your teacher that you did it correctly. Okay, so now 13 feet, we're gonna make it into inches. Okay, for that one, we are going to be using the first one right here, foot to inches. We have 13, and each of those feet have 12. So that means that I need to multiply 13 times 12. 3 times 2, that's 6, 2, 3, 1. And you just add your numbers, 6, 5, and 1. Your answer is 156. So 13 feet, it's equal to 156 inches. And there you have right there. Now let's go ahead and do the 6 yards. 6 yards into inches. For that one, we are going to be using, again, the last one right here. 1 yard, it's equal to 36 inches. So 6 yards, we're going to be multiplying 36 times 6. 6 times 6, that is 36. 6 times 3, that's 18, plus 3, that's 21. So they're in 6 yards. It's equivalent to 216 inches. Let's go ahead and do the last one, which is 11 feet, 2 inches. So we're going to be using the first one, which is 1 foot, equivalent to 12 inches. So now we need to multiply times 12. So let's do 11 because we have 11 feet. 11 times 12. Then we do 2, 2, 1, and 1. That makes 132. So 11 feet in inches is 132. 11 feet, it's equivalent to 132 inches.